Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Manchester. We are now just hours away from a huge night of Championship boxing on Saturday night at the incredible new Co-op Live. And it's a big, momentous occasion. It's an occasion that you won't forget. One of British boxing's national treasures, Derek Chisora, has his final fight in the UK. He takes on the very tough and very tricky Otto Wallin. We'll speak to Frank very shortly. He'll give us an update on tickets, but I understand it's done very, very well. We're expecting a huge crowd at the Co-op Live and a huge audience watching live in the UK and Ireland on TNT Sports and around the world on DAZN. And what that means with that platform is that we've got a supporting cast here of fighters who are looking to show that they too can dance on the big stage. They too can steal the headlines, perhaps, for Derek Chisora's last dance. We've got fighters here in championship fights looking to prove a point and make their mark. As Thomas Schreiber pointed out, we'll be live from 6:30 on Saturday night, and there are still a handful of tickets on sale via Ticketmaster. Let's start with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren, who is making this show happen. Frank will, of course, speak about Derek Chisora and Otto Wallin very shortly, but this undercard, it's stacked, and it's a big, big show on Saturday.
It's a great show. Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is a fabulous card, no doubt about it, in a world-class arena. Co-op Arena is the best venue by far in Europe, no doubt about that. And this card is just going to be brilliant. Very competitive fights throughout, and obviously we'll go through them as the press conference goes on. But it's been magnificent, and the ticket sales have gone through the roof. It's great to be back in Manchester. It's a great fight town. You know, I've got happy memories from here over the years, being involved with various boxers from the area. But everybody's come out for this. Ticket sales, as I say, have gone through the roof. In fact, we've sold more tickets for this than they did for Lennox Lewis versus Oliver McCall, Lewis versus Derek Williams, Botha, Henry Cooper even against Joe Bugner, and also Cooper against Billy Walker. That is amazing when you look at this and you look at those legendary fights. Yeah. So this is going to be something special. It
definitely is, Frank. And look, Joe Cooper, maybe one day soon. He's on the come up.
Joe Cooper's on the card. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting Cooper's
He's certainly on there. And listen, we've done plenty of tickets, as Frank said, and one of the contributing factors is a man sat at the end of the table there, Nelson Hysa, who's a bit of an Albanian king. I understand he's done over 1,000 tickets for this show. Frank, just a word on Nelson Hysa before we chat to him. He's coming to make a mark, hasn't he?
He is. I mean, he's got a tremendous following amongst his community, and we're delighted that he's on board, and it's been lovely working with his people. Really nice people to be working with, and he's out to make a name for himself. He wants to make his appeal bigger than his community, and he's got the platform to do it on Saturday. No doubt about that.
Absolutely. Well, let's speak to Nelson Hysa. I was there for your first fight in the UK, which was your last fight at York Hall. Destroyed Bracamonte in just 2 rounds, and you said you want to be on the big shows. Here you are. How do you feel?
Thank you for this. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Frank Warren for this possibility and all the Warren family. And for me, it's my pleasure to be here in this very big show. And I think, and also I want to thank all my supporters from all the world that come from USA, from all Europe, from Albania, to come to support me. And I think and I hope we will do big things after this fight.
Well, actually, after your last fight, you called out Derek Chisora. Now, you didn't quite get Derek Chisora, but you made it onto his card as well. Are you looking to make a bit of a statement and get these big, big fights?
Listen, we are boxer. I have a big career. I have more 20 years of career. So for me, I want to fight all the big opponents that is possible to fight. I want to show the world who I am. I am the first Albanian medalist in amateur boxing, and I am a first Albanian European champion. So I want to go ahead. I want to go the first Albanian world champion.
Well, best of luck to you, Nelson. We look forward to it. Expect plenty of noise on Saturday night. Nelson Hysa,
thank you.
Back in the UK. And he's got some big, big plans. As has the next man that I'm going to speak to, Zach Parker. He was meant to be in action on this show against Willie Hutchinson in a brilliant crossroads fight. Unfortunately, Willie Hutchinson had to pull out, but Zach Parker remains on the card. Zach, tell me what this week's been like in terms of, not knowing whether or not you were going to fight. How disappointed are you? It's not Willie Hutchinson. How excited are you to still be fighting?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to obviously my team, BCB, Neil Marsh, and obviously Frank and Queensbury for keeping me on the show, because without you guys, I wouldn't be putting food in my family's mouth. So yeah, really appreciate it, and I'm buzzing to still be boxing, and defo got a lively opponent as well. French lad were 121 and knocked 18 out, so I've got to be on it. It's a potential banana skin, so I've defo got to be on it.
So what's the plan for 2025? Because as you say, it's no easy opponent that you've got. You've got to keep your eye on the ball, but you must have an idea as to what you're going to do this year. Yeah,
obviously, Willie pulled out. What he says is an injury. So yeah, I was going to fight him, win that, and then push on to World Honours. I want to be fighting these big lads now, and this is just another step close to what I want to do and box for world titles.
Well, let's bring in promoter Frank Warren. Frank, disappointing that we lost the Willie Hutchinson fight, but great that Zach's still on ahead of a big 2025.
It is, and last year was a bit of stop and start for him, and for various reasons. But look, he's a cracking fighter, and he's settled down now at this weight. It's a shame, as you say, that Willie was injured and out, but we've got in a great tough fight for him in Diallo. He's a tough customer. And Zach's going to be at his best, and he's got to make a statement. He's in a very sexy division at the moment, and it's up to him now to show what he's all about. He's had a couple of problems in the past with injuries in fights. Hopefully that's all behind him now. I know he's a true professional. I know he's got ambition. He's got a great team behind him, and I expect him, hopefully, to come through this fight and then move on to even bigger fights. He needs to be fighting for a world title this year, no doubt about that.
That sound good to you, Zach?
Defo does. Obviously, coming out of Frank's mouth as well, I really appreciate the confidence in him, and that's what I want to do, push on for World Honours. I feel really good at this weight. That extra £7 is obviously a lot, and I'm defo feeling really strong and proper going into this weight now. So yeah, really looking forward to fighting this on Saturday, and then pushing on to see what we can do next.
Great stuff. Best of luck to you, Zach Parker, Saturday night in action. Well, let's move to the featherweight division. And, over the years, this has been one of the best divisions that we've had in the UK. We've got a world champion right now in Nick Ball. There's been world champions in the past from these shores. You look at the likes of Josh Warrington, Lee Wood. There's been so many. And what we've got on Saturday night is two fighters who are looking to one day become world champion. You've got an English champion against a Commonwealth champion, with the addition of the British Featherweight Championship on the line. Masood Abdullah takes on Zach Miller, local hero Zach Miller, who I'm sure you'll make plenty of noise for when he does start speaking if the workout's anything to go by yesterday. And I'll start with Zach here. I mean, I've been following your Instagram, you and Jack Rafferty here. You look like you've got about 48 abs between you. You look absolutely ready for this, for the biggest fight of your life.
No, yeah, we're ready, and I think this is the furthest I've been away from Jack in about the past 3.5 months. So
yeah, feels a bit weird.
Got a bit of withdrawals from him here, but no, we've had a great camp. I've boxed a bit of Masood at the start of camp, and then I've been very, very selfish. I've gone to the gym. I've focused on myself. That's what you've got to do. I know what I need to do, and Saturday night I'll be getting in there and doing it.
So what are your thoughts on your opponent here? He's got a bit of a knack of stopping guys that don't get stopped. Cass Ashfaq, Mark Leach, they were fine. They'd never been stopped. Suddenly they get in with Masood Abdullah. They can't go the distance with the guy. He's a serious fighter.
Yeah, you've got to be a good fighter to be at this level, but the names that you've just said to me there, I don't believe that them fighters believe they was going to win that fight. They've gone in there as beaten fighters. I 100,000,000% believe I'm going to win this fight, and that's what I'm going to do Saturday night. It's different than the last time I boxed for a British title before. I'd never gone past 8 rounds, never boxed past 8 rounds, never been scheduled. I'd never won a title, never boxed for a title. I jumped in there and you seen what I'd done that night. Since then I've been back in the gym. I've won an English title against an unbeaten fighter, and I put myself back in this position. And like I say, I've been selfish. I focused on myself in camp. And yeah, I'm more than ready.
Well, let's hear from Masood. Masood, you have been talking about the British title for a little while now. Now you have the chance to add that to your belt collection. But you've got an opponent here who says he is 100 million% ready and 100% believes he's going to win this fight.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to believe in yourself 100%. Just like I believe in myself 100%. Zach has done really well to put himself in the position for the British title. So have I. That's why I think this fight will be good. Unfortunately for him, I won this title and I will get it. So it's just another thing. He's just in my way. I'll knock him out. I'm done.
That's it. We'll see Saturday night. We're both prepared. We're both ready. I believe it's the best fight on the card. But there's only going to be one winner, and that's Zach Miller. Get to the boys.
Masood, let me just ask you this. At the workout yesterday, you were doing your workout, as all the fighters were, and you ended up having a bit of an exchange with some of Zach Miller's fans. They were kind of taunting you. You ended up going back and forth with them. I guess that could be a taster as to what could come on Saturday, a hostile crowd. He's the Manchester man.
Nah, man, they can't do anything. They're not going to help him out. They're not going to protect him. They can't do anything for him. In fact, I actually took the photo with the guy that was being a little bit mouthy. Again, they're just nice people. They're football hooligans, aren't they? They just want to have a good time. That's it.
At the end of the day, it don't matter, does it? Me and him are going to be in there. They can't fight for us. He can't fight for me. No one of the fans can fight for him. We're going to have a fight, and that's it.
Exactly that.
Nicely said, both of you. They're certainly going to have a fight. Frank, they are going to have a fight. Featherweight division is on fire right now, and these guys coming up.
It is. You left Naz off that list, by the way. It's always been a real great division for British boxing, no doubt about that, and world boxing. But this fight's got fight written all over it. I mean, it's two guys who believe in themselves. You know, take your hat off to Maz. He's coming into your backyard, and I respect him for that. But you know, this is going to be something special. There's no doubt about it. Zach believes in himself. Maz believes in himself, and we will get, I believe, something special on the night between the two of them.
OK, let's move. Best of luck to both of you, gentlemen. Let's move to the super lightweight division, where in Manchester, I mean, they do pretty well with super lightweights. Ricky Hatton dominated the world scene for so many years. We've got two guys here in Jack Rafferty and Rhys McMillan coming off the best wins of their career and now colliding with so many baubles on the line, the British, Commonwealth and WBC International Silver Super Lightweight Championships. Let's start with Rhys McMillan. And Rhys, I was going on YouTube trying to find old interviews of you. You don't do too many, but one I did see was years and years ago, and you were asked, what are your goals in boxing? You said, I want to become a British champion. You get your chance on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, Dev. I just want to thank Frank Warren and Queensbury for this opportunity. Like I say, yeah, it's always been my dream to fight for a British title, and there's two other belts on the line, so it's an even bigger night for me now, and what a platform to be on.
It was a bit of an upset last time out. You beat Kane Gardner. I don't think you were expected to win that fight, but you came away with the win. How confident are you that you will get the win on Saturday night?
Like I say, we've prepared the best we can. Obviously, Jack's a very good fighter, but Saturday night I'm going to show what I'm about. Like I say, hopefully cause the upset again.
Well, let's bring in Jack Rafferty, defending British, Commonwealth. Look at all these belts.
Very nice.
My goodness. You're doing so well, and you're flying high, coming off that career best win against Henry Turner. What's it like being a champion now? You've got the target on your back. This man's coming to take all of those belts.
Yeah, it feels good. There's no more, there's no pressure. I'm signed to the best promoter in the world. Prepared well. Yeah, Rhys is in the way of my future. What I want next, what I'm pushed onto. So Saturday night, I'm ready for it.
Excuse me.
Listen, I'm always told sparring's sparring, but you have sparred. Did you learn anything from those spars that's going to help you on Saturday?
Rhys, I know what Rhys is. Rhys knows what I'm about. I know what he's about. He's a dog. He's tough. He caused an upset last time. Both coming off career best performances. Listen, it's going to make a cracking fight. He's got no pressure on his back and loves to win. I think that's a dangerous fighter. I think he's in a great seat, but I'm in the driving seat and I'll be staying in it as well.
Just how much noise are you expecting on Saturday, Jack?
I hope you've got some earplugs.
Because you and Zach Miller between you, I know you've got Manchester behind you, haven't you?
Have we? My friend there, Julian Battle.
Yeah, no, it's quality. There's two of the finest boxing gym lads here fighting for the British and Commonwealth. What else do you want? You know, like I said, I'm sat next to Nathan Heaney and Frank Warren. What else do you want on a Thursday? Yeah, it's mint. You know, we sold plenty of tickets. There's going to be a Rafferty army. There's going to be a Miller army. And there's going to be 2 British and Commonwealth champions from the finest boxing gym on Saturday night.
Yes, I.
Come on, the boys!
Yes, I.
Frank, let's bring you in here. I mean, the £140 division, Manchester, it's a familiar story, right?
It is. I mean, we've had some great experiences in the past in that weight division, but these guys have both done it the hard way, and I respect them for that. And now they've fought through the small halls, got to where they are now, and they're on the big stage. So the winner of this fight, they got it all to gain, because the winner will have us behind them, pushing them for bigger and better things. So I'm sure we're going to get a magnificent fight again from the both of them. It's a great match, and the fans will win again. Yeah. I know you Manchester guys all want him to win, but he ain't coming here to lay down either. So it's going to be an excellent fight, no doubt about it.
Best of luck, Jack. Best of luck, Reece. Brilliant fight on Saturday night. 3 belts on the line in the 10-stone division. OK, let's move to the return of the hitman, a man who knows Manchester very, very well. Nathan Heaney, November 2023, realised a bit of a dream and became the British champion right here in Manchester. He's coming back now, and he takes on Sofian Karti here, who I'm going to come to first, in a brilliant fight for the WBA Continental Middleweight Championship on Saturday. And Sofian, let me bring you in. What are your thoughts on this fight? What are your plans for Saturday?
Qu'est-ce que tu penses sur ce combat et c'est quoi ton plan pour samedi soir? Alors, je prends déjà bonjour à tout le monde, bonsoir à tout le monde. Je prends tous les combats, chacun comme il vient. Je n'ai aucun plan stratégique. Je suis là pour boxer, faire 10 rounds de guerre, 10 rounds de bagarre. Et c'est ça ma stratégie.
He takes every fight as they are. He doesn't really have any plans for this fight strategically. He's promising that he's going to bring 10 rounds of war, 10 rounds of battle, win any way necessary.
What would a win mean to you, Sofian?
Une victoire, ça veut dire quoi pour toi?
Une victoire, ça veut dire quoi pour moi?
Ouais, sur samedi.
Une victoire pour moi ce soir?
Ouais.
Ce serait incroyable, amazing. Ce serait magnifique. Et c'est ce que je vais aller chercher samedi soir.
He's going to go search for it Saturday night. It'll be an amazing feeling, incredible.
Okay, let's hear from the hitman. Nathan Heaney, you've just heard from your opponent there, who's promising 10 rounds of war. I mean, you're no stranger to that, and I see the tash is back, just like it was when you won the British title here in Manchester. What's on your mind?
Yeah, well firstly, I'm glad he's speaking French, because when I saw him earlier, I shook his hand and I made a bit of small talk, and I said, "Did your flight arrive yesterday?" And in perfect English, he said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand you, bro." And I was thinking, he must be taking the piss with you. But he's being legit, very good English, that was mate. But no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fight. He's a very, very good fighter. The French champion had a very good win against Gary Spike O'Sullivan in 2024. He's just stopped his last opponent in December, so he's on the back of a good run. So I'm expecting a very good fight.
And for you, the WBA Continental belt is on the line. It's a belt that you are familiar with. You've had it in the past. I guess you want to get back in the win column and get back on your road to world titles.
Yeah, it's just getting back into that top 15 in the world. I was previously 4th in the world with the WBO, and obviously highly ranked to the WBA as well. So, yeah, that's the most important thing. Get back into those world rankings and then make some massive nights.
How many tickets have you done? Did you keep all the support? Because it feels like the Stokies would never desert you.
Yeah, no, yeah, they were phenomenal. Like, this is, like, I'm on the back of a loss, but by the 27th of December, I'd sold 1,600 out. Like, the 27th of December, that just shows you what the city of Stoke are doing. And, like, in terms of the support for me as well, it's phenomenal. And it's just going to be, I know Chisora is the headliner, but it's going to be the Stoke show, because it always is every time they take over the place.
Prediction?
Just do what Steve wants me to do. Steve Woodvine, the best coach in the country. And if I listen to him, I can
beat a lot of people. So I just need to listen to him, do what we've worked on, and hopefully be the winner.
Frank, let's bring you in here, the return of the Hitman.
Yeah, the return of Nathan. He's one of the nicest guys in boxing, and that's proven by the fact of the amount of tickets he sells and the people who've stuck with him, he said, coming off of a loss. He's in some great fights. I mean, he lost the fight, but it was a bloody good fight that we was all watching. And that's why people stay with him. And fighting Sofiane, who's the French champion, he's got a good run. It's a competitive fight, and it's a chance for Nathan to re-establish himself, get himself back in the top 10. And with a couple of wins, we were that far away from getting a world title fight for him in Stoke. But he can come again and he can make it happen. It's in his hands, in both his hands, to get out there and show what he's all about. And we believe in him. And I expect the atmosphere is going to be brilliant on Saturday with all the fans. And again, this is a real good quality fight, because this bloke on my left is coming to fight.
Thank you, Frank. Best of luck to you, Nathan. Looking forward to your return.
Yeah. No, I just want to say thank you to everyone that is going there to support me. To the Stokies that made the way up today for the media. Obviously the AMB insurance lads as well. Thank you very much, lads. We appreciate it. Thank you. Mirko. Go on, Mirko. Go on, lad.
Best of luck to you, Sofiane, as well. OK, well, that concludes the undercard portion of today's press conference. We're going to get some face-offs down the front, and we'll be back very, very shortly for the final UK press conference in the long career of Derek Chisora. Do not go anywhere.
Very much.